amigo Sanchez, and welcome to episode 10 of Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. And today, we have another package film to get through today. Oh my gosh. Are you so excited? You better be, because today we got another package film to take a look at here on the channel. We're all eyes are waiting, and we're nothing is impossible. Oh, great. Oh man, we got another hair on the screen. There, it's gone. Phew. There was a hair on the screen. So, sorry, people. But anyways, now we can get started. So, you ready for it? Good, then let's get started. So yes, welcome to episode 10, and today we're taking a look at Melody Time. Are you sure we're going to be doing this? Oh my gosh. We better be, because it's on. Totally on. I'm so excited. We're gonna do this together, my friends. Together. So let's get started, shall we? Here we go. And for those who haven't seen the previous episode 9, where it was about fun and fancy free, I'll put a link up there on the top right corner of the screen where you can click it and watch it however you want. But for now, let's go ahead and jump right to it. Are you ready? Good. Then let's get started. Here we go. So about the movie. Melody Time, working title All in Fun, is a 1948 American hybrid musical film and the 10th theatrically released animated feature produced by Walt Disney. It was released to theaters by RKO Radio Pictures on May 27th, 1948. Made up of 7 segments set to popular music and folk music, the film is, like Made by Music before it, the popular music version of Fantasia. Melody Time, while not meeting the artistic accomplishments of Fantasia, was mildly successful. It is the 5th Disney package film following Saludos Amigos, which was on episode 6, The Three Caballeros, which was on episode 7, Make My Music, which was on episode 8, and Fun of It's Free, which was on episode 9, which was the previous episode of the series. So give all these episodes a watch if you haven't seen it yet. They're definitely worth the wait. Going right to the stats here. I can't see what's there, but I'm gonna do my best to do it. Directed by Jack Kinney, Clyde Jeremy Hamilton Lusk, and Wilfred Jackson. Produced by Walt Disney. Written by Winston Hibbler, Harry Reeves, Ken Anderson, Erdman Penner, Homer Brightman, Ted Sears, Joe Rinaldi, Bill Cottrell, Jesse Marsh, Art Scott, Bob Moore, and John Walbridge. Starring Roy Rogers, Trigger, Dennis Day, the Andrews Sisters, Fred Warwick, and the Pennsylvanians, Freddie Martin, Ethel Smith, Francis Langford, Buddy Clark, Bob Nolan, Sons of the Pioneers, the Dinning Sisters, Bobby Driscoll, and Luana Patton. Music by Elliot Daniel, Paul J. Smith, and Ken Darby. Edited by Donald Halliday. Thomas Scott. The production company is Walt Disney Productions, distributed by RKO Radio Pictures. Release date is May 27, 1948. Running time is 75 minutes. Countries, United States. Language is English. Budget, $1.5 million. And box office, $2,560,000 in worldwide rentals. So that was a whole lot. So yeah, now you know. Let's get to the plot and the background information of film segments. According to Disney, the film's plot is as follows. In the great tradition of Disney's greatest musical classics, such as Fantasia, Melody Time features seven classic stories, each enchanted with high-spirited music and unforgettable characters. A feast for the eyes and ears, full of wit and charm. A delightful Disney classic with something new for everyone. Rose Pelswick, in a 1948 review for the News Sentinel, described the film as an adventure into the intriguing make-believe world peopled by Walt Disney's cartoon characters. It also explains that with the off-screen voice of Buddy Clark doing the introductions, the episodes include fantasy, folklore, South American rhythms, poetry, and slapstick. 1948 review by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette described it as a mixture of fantasy, abstraction, parable, music, color, and movement. The 7 mini musical stories outlined starting with Once Upon a Wintertime. This monthly segment features Francis Langford singing the title song about 2 romantic young lovers on a winter day in December. During the late 19th century, the lovers are named Jenny and Joe. Unlike most Disney cartoons, Jenny and Joe do not have spoken dialogue in this cartoon. Joe shows off on the ice for his for his lover, Jenny, and near tragedy and a timely rescue ensues. This is intertwined with a similar rabbit couple. Like several other segments of these package films, Once Upon a Wintertime was later released theatrically as an individual short. In this case, on September 17th, 1954, clips from the beginning and end of this short showing a horse drawn sleigh, along with the car faces and their blue horses, are featured in Disney's Very Merry Christmas Songs, which is part of Disney's sing-along songs as a background movie for the song Jingle Bells, also belong to the car faces and their blue horses. So that's number 1. Next up we have number 2, Bumble Boogie. This segment presents a surrealistic battle for a solitary bumblebee as he tries to ward off a visual and musical frenzy. The music is courtesy of Freddie Martin and his orchestra, with Jack Fina playing the piano, and is a swing jazz variation of Rimsky-Korsakov's Flight of the Bumblebee, which was one of the many pieces considered for inclusion in Fantasia, so that didn't make it happen. Number 3, The Legend of Johnny Appleseed. This segment is a retelling of the story of John Chapman, who spent most of his life roaming in the Midwestern United States, mainly Ohio and Indiana, in the pioneering days and planting apple trees, thus earning his famous nickname. He also spread Christianity. Dennis Day narrates as an old settler who knew Johnny well and provides the voices of both Johnny and his guardian angel. This segment was released independently on December 25th, 1955 as Johnny Appleseed. The piece has a running time of 17 minutes, making it the film's second longest piece. Before being adapted as a segment in Melody Time, the story of Johnny Appleseed was first immortalized around campfires, then later turned into a storybook form. So, yeah, now you know. Then we have number 4, Little Toot. This segment is based on the story of Little Toot by Hardy Gramatsky, in which the title protagonist, a small tugboat, wanted to be just like his father, Big Toot, but could not seem to stay out of his trouble. The Edges sisters provide the vocals. A clip from Little Toot features briefly in the friendship song on Disney Sing-Along Songs Volume Friend Like Me. It was also featured in Sing Me a Story with Belle. Oh, Belle. And for Beauty and the Beast. I'll get to that in a future episode, so keep an eye out for when it comes out. Then we have number 5, Trees. This segment featured a recitation of the 1913 poem Trees by Joyce Kilmer and music by Oscar Rasbach, performed by Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians, with the lyrical setting accompanying animation of bucolic seas through the changing of the seasons. To preserve the look of the original story sketches, layout artist Ken O'Connor came up with the idea of using frosted cells and rendering the pastel images round to the cell. Before being photographed, each cell was laminated in clear lacquer to protect the pastel. The result was a look that had never been seen in animation before. Lacquer. Yeah. Now, I don't pronounce lacquer, so yeah, I know. Then we have number 6. Blame It on the Samba. This event has Donald Duck and Jose Carioca meeting the Araquat bird, who introduces to the pleasures of the samba. The accompanying music is a 1914 polka, Apanete, Cavaquinho by Ernesto Nazareth, fitted with English lyrics. The Denning sisters provided the vocals, while organist Ethan Smith appears in a live-action role. So that's pretty much it. And finally, number 7, Pecos Bill. The film's final segment is about Texas's famous hero, Pecos Bill. He was raised by coyotes, similar to how Mowgli was raised by wolves in the Jungle Book, and later became the biggest and best cowboy that ever lived. It also features his horse, Widowmaker, and recounts the ill-fated romance between Bill and a beautiful cowgirl named Slewfoot Sue, whom he falls in love with at first sight. This retelling of the story features Roy Rogers, Bob Nolan, Trigger, and the Sons of the Pioneers telling the story to Bobby Driscoll and Luana Patton in a live-action frame story. This segment was later edited on the film's NTSC video release, except the PAL release, to remove all parts with Bill smoking a cigarette and almost the entire tornado scene with Bill rolling his cigarette and lighting it with a lightning bolt. Both the cigarette and the tornado scene were restored when the film was released on Disney Plus, with a total runtime of 22 minutes. It is the lengthiest piece. Ooh, boy. So that's pretty interesting. Let's get to the cast. The cast is listed below. Roy Rogers as himself, narrator and singer for Pecos Bill. Trigger, the smartest horse in the movies, as himself. Dennis Day as the narrator, singer, and characters for Johnny Appleseed. the Andrews sisters as the singers for Little Toot, with number 14, which I forgot to take off, so sorry about the people. Fred Waring and the Pennsylvanians as the singers for Trees, Freddie Martin as the music composer for Bubble Boogie, Ethan Smith as the organist for Blame It on Samba, Francis Langford as the singer for Once Upon a Wintertime, Buddy Clark as the singer and narrator, Buddy Nola as himself, the singer and narrator for Pickle Spill, Sons of the Pioneers as themselves, singers and narrators for Pickle Spill, the Dinning Sisters as the singers for Blame It on Samba, Bobby Driscoll as himself in Pickle Spill, and Luana Penn as herself in Pickle Spill. So that's pretty much it. We go to other characters. We go to the other characters that appeared in. For Once Upon a Wintertime, we have Francis Langford as assistant and the singer for Bubble Boogie. We have Freddie Martin as the music composer for Johnny Appleseed. We have Dennis Day for Little Toot. We have the Andrews sisters as the singers for Trees. We have Fred Waring and his Pennsylvanians as the singers. For Playboy on Samba, we have Ethel Smith and the Denning sisters as the singers. And for Picklesville, we have Roy Rogers as the singer, Sons of Pioneers as the singers, and Bob Nolan as the singer. So yeah, that's pretty much it here. Let's get to the songs. The songs in Melody Time were all largely based around then contemporary music and musical performances. Blue Shadows on the Trail was chosen by the Western Writers of America as one of the top 100 Western songs of all time. So there you go. Let's get right to it. All right, let's get to the songs for this list. Let's start with the number, then the title, followed by the writers, and the performers. Number 1, Melody Time, written by George David Weiss and Benny Benjamin, performed by Buddy Clark. Number 2, Once Upon a Wintertime, written by Bobby Worth and Ray Gilbert, performed by Francis Langford. Number 3, Bubble Boogie, written by Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov as the writer, and Jack Fina as the arranger, performed by Freddie Martin and his orchestra, and Jack Fina on the piano. Number 4, Johnny Appleseed, written by Kim Gannon and Walter Kent, performed by Dennis Day. Number 5, Little Toot, by Addie Ruppel and written by Addie Ruppel, performed by the Andrews sisters. Number 6, Trees, written by Joyce Kimler for the poem, and Oscar Watchbach for the music, performed by Fred Waring and his Pennsylvanians. Number 7, Play Man Samba, written by Ernesto Nazareth and Ray Gilbert, performed by the Ethel sisters and by Ethel Smith and the Dinning sisters. Number 8, Pickle Spill, written by Elliot Daniel and Johnny Lange, performed by Roy Rogers and the Sons of the Pioneers. And finally, number 9, Blue Shadows on the Trail, written by Elliot Daniel and Johnny Lange, also performed by Roy Rogers and the Sons of the Pioneers. So there you go. That's pretty much it as we move on to the production. And it's a long one. Long one indeed. In late 1947, Disney announced he would be releasing a regrouping of various cartoons at his studio under 2 titles, Melody Time and Two Fabulous Characters, to release in August 1948 and 1949, respectively. Melody Time ended up being released a few months earlier than planned, in May. Melody Time is considered to be the last anthology feature made by Walt Disney Animation Studios. The next film to be released was The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, which features 2 stories, and I'll be talking about, and I'll get to that in the next episode of the series, so keep your eyes peeled for it. It's going to be a big one. These package features were little-known short film compilations that Disney produced and released as feature films during World War II. They were financially and artistically lightweight productions and meant to bring in profits to allow the studio to return to fairy tale single narrative feature form. An endeavor which they successfully completed 2 years later with Cinderella. And I'll talk about that on episode 12 of the series. Or maybe in a future episodes. It all depends on which movie I'm on. So yeah, while the shorts could contrast in length, form, and style, a common thread throughout is accompanied by songs with an S for musicians and vocalists of the 40s, both popular and folk music. This sets it apart as a similarly structured Fantasia, whose segments were set to classical music instead, as opposed to Fun and Fancy Free, whose story was bound to the tales of Bongo and Mickey and the Beanstalk. In this film, Walt Disney had let his animators and his color magicians have free reign. Melody Time was the last film the Andrews sisters took part in. They sang throughout the 10-minute segment known as Little Toot. Andrews sisters member Maxine said it was quite an experience. On the wall at the studio, the whole they had the whole story in picture form. Two songwriters played the score, and Walt Disney explained it to us. It was a new thing for Disney. We changed the narrative. It was very exciting to work with Disney and with Disney. He was such a gentleman. Favorite Disney juvenile actors Bobby Driscoll and Luana Patton, who also starred in Song of the South and So Dear to My Heart, appeared in the last sequence as the two children who hear the story of Pickle's Bill. Melody Time was the last feature film to include Donald Duck and Jose Carioca until the 1988 movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which unfortunately instead, in which of course Who Framed Roger Rabbit, we all know and love it, but unfortunately Disney did not. Disney did release it, but not under their own banner, but under the Touchstone banner. Yeah, Disney released the film under the Touchstone Pictures banner. So that is bizarre, my friends. Totally bizarre. Let's get to the release. The film was originally released in USA, Brazil, and Argentina in 1948, 1949 in Australia, and in 1950 in Mexico and Uruguay. From December 1948 in the UK to the 15th of December 1954 in Denmark. The film was released across Europe. The film was known by a variety of names, including Vivre za Muzica in Bulgaria, Melody Cocktail in France, Busik Tots on Rip Thomas in Germany, and Savel Duo Krio in Finland. Okay. Disney later released a package film entitled Musicland, a 9-segment film which recycles sequences from both Make My Music and Melody Time. Five selections were from Melody Time, while another was the short Two for the Record, which consisted of two segments produced under Benny Goodman's direction. Melody Time was unusual in that until 1998, 50 years after its initial release, it remained one of the handful of Disney's animated features yet to be released on video cassette. Some of the segments have been re-released as featurettes, and Once Upon a Wintertime has been included on other Disney video cartoon compilations. So, yeah, I know that's everything you need to know. Let's get to the whole media. Melody Time was first released on January 25th, 1987, in Japan on Laserdisc, and then on VHS on June 2nd, 1998, under the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection title. Its latest release was on June 6, 2000, on VHS and DVD as part of the Walt Disney Gold Classic Collection. However, all scenes of smoking were digitally removed in the Pickles Bill segment. This is not the case in the UK region to DVD, where it is unaltered. On Disney Plus, the smoking scenes were left intact for the first time in 80 years. Yay! We're so glad to have the smoking scenes back on Disney Plus. We're so glad to have you on board. Anyways, the DVD has bonus features in the form of the following three cartoons: Casey Bats Again, Lambert the Sheepish Lion, and Donald Applecore. So, yay, that's pretty much it. And finally, for the marketing, the various taglines of the film were for your all-time good time, 7 hit songs, 11 musical stars, and Walt Disney's great new musical comedy. Collectible items for the film include books, figures, and posters. Man, this film. But that's not. Now we can get to the good stuff with the reception. Starting with the critical reception. Starting with contemporary reviews. At the time of its release, the film received generally unfavorable reviews. However, Disney Disclosure, producing The Magic Kingdom, notes that an article in Time magazine around that time celebrated the global scope of the Disney product. And a 1948 review for the News Sentinel said the charm and scale that one had to expect from Disney is delightful entertainment for all children. A 1948 review of the film for the Los Angeles Times says the acts Johnny Appleseed and Pickles Bill, which the new variety show from Walt Disney gave special attention to, are human sagas as a result more endearing than the rest of the segments. The Andrews Sisters, a biography and a career record, notes that the public liked the film and it was a box office success. In 1948, the review by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette said the film was a visual auditory delight, and added that if Disney were able to reach his audience's other senses, there's no doubt he'd be able to please them too. It says a tuneful and functional soundtrack rounds out the Disney art. It said that Bumble Boogie reverted back to Fantasia-like interpretive technique. It also notes that the abstract the abstraction ends after trees, and the final three shorts are story sequences. It says the story it says the simple story of Johnny Appleseed is done with touchy the perception. It said Little Toot is destined to become a fable of our time, and adds the Andrews sisters. It adds the Andrews sisters tell the story in lilting song. Lilting. You know. The review ended with the author saying deserving accolades will go to Walt Disney and his whole production staff, as well as to the staff whose voices has used as well. A 1948 review of the film for the News Sentinel described Pickle's Bill as the best segment, and instead causing a stir among the small fry in the audience. Yeah, now you know that's pretty much it, guys. Moving on to the retrospective reviews. Later reviews are more mixed, noting the film's faults, but also praising it for various technical achievements. TV Dizzy notes that in regard to the mix of shorts and 1940s music, the marriage often does not work, and the melodies are not particularly in the film's forte. However, it adds that this is a modern-day opinion, and that paying audiences at the time the film was released probably felt better about the music. The site then reviewed each segment in turn, saying Once Upon a Wintertime is physical slapstick. That doesn't match the dramatic singing by Francis Langford. Bubble Boogie is fun but unforgettable. The Legend of Johnny Appleseed is the most enjoyable of the segments. Little Toot is rather generic. Trees featuring some nice imagery. Blame on Samba involves Latin dancing and nothing more. And Pecos Bill as Disney going back and using today's technology to alter Bill's smoking. What admittedly is a minor point in one short of a film that is predominantly going to be watched and purchased by animation enthusiasts/historians. Explains the video quality is consistently satisfying, and that the audio has the dated feel of other 40s Disney films. The film received a score of 77.06 out of 100 based on 50 votes on the site Disney Movies Guide. In his book, The Animated Movie Guide, Jerry Beck gave Melody Time a rating of 2 out of 5 stars, and described the film as odds and ends for a studio geared towards revival. He said by this time that the post-war formula of releasing anthologies has become tired, and with only a few of the segments being interesting, and feeling as if the animators kept pushing for something more creative to do. He commented that the film, a vast underachievement for Disney, felt dated like its predecessor, Make My Music, and added that he found it hard to believe that the artist who made this film had also made Pinocchio years before. He praised the exceptional designs and palettes by stylized Mary Blair, including the flat stylized backgrounds with the secular as in brackets, yes, in parentheses, of Wintertime, and the impressionist painting / folk art look of The Legend of Johnny Appleseed. He highlighted the slapstick impressive montage of Bill's impressive feats as a true treat. He described the manic interpretation of Flight of the Bumblebee, known as Bubble Boogie, which a bee terrorized by musical instruments and notes changes color, and it changes with the S in brackets, colors and outlines from one moment to the next as the backgrounds seamlessly dissolve, change, or morph around him. As Disney's best piece of surrealism, says the Pink Elephant Opera sequence in Dumbo. He also spoke about the stellar special effects involved in the dynamite exploding Ethel Smith's organ instrument in the segment Blame It on the Samba. However, he added that the rest of the Melody Time was sadly forgettable. In the Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney and the American Way of Life, Stephen Watts explains that while Pecos Bill recaptured some of the old magic, the film as a whole, along with the other half-hearted pastiches, pastiches, so with the S in brackets, I know how to pronounce it, of short subjects came across as animated shorts surrounded with considerable filler and stuff into a concocted package. He adds that as a result, they never caught fire due to their varying wildly in quality, with moments of creativity being outweighed by the insipid, mediocre, stale stretches of work. That's sad. The authors of the cartoon music book said Melody Time was much better than the old post-Fantasia Disney package films of the era, adding that it was beautifully designed and scored, paving the way for the Populux style of Disney's first Renaissance, started with Cinderella in 1950. And yes, I will talk about Cinderella on episode 12, so keep an eye for it when it comes out. They stated that trees and blame it on the samba, which they described as a psychedelic Latin American sequence, are charming, if still obscure, entries in the Disney pop song catalog, with U-N-E in the brackets. So yeah, that's everything you need to know about about the critical reception. And there's more. Oh my gosh. The Andrews Sisters a biography and career record author H. Arlo Nimmo said, in general, the Andrews Sisters sung Melody Time holds up as well, and the story of Little Toot is as appealing to today as when it originally appeared 50-some years ago. He described the singing as unremarkable, but narrating the story cleverly. He has varieties, quote, Little Toot is colorful and engrossing. Andrews Sisters gave a popular vocal interpretation and said that although the New York Times preferred the film to Make My Music, the magazine added the Andrews Sisters sing the story, not very excitedly. He also included metronomes in different comment. The Andrews Sisters sing a silly song about a tugboat. The article of the Walt Disney Classics collection gets Twitter pated for spring, deemed the Little Toot one of the Melody Times highlights. In a review of the 2004 Disney film Home of the Range, the article, Frisky Range, doesn't measure up. Disney delivers fun, said that the send-up of the Wild West has some fitful comic vitality and a charm, but it can't hold up a candle to the Pecos Spill segment of the studio's late 40s anthology Melody Time. Rotten Tomatoes reported that 80% of 10 critics have given the film a positive review, with an average score of 7.08 out of 10. The critical consensus reads, Melody Time is a charming musical anthology film that's expertly crafted and filled with high-spirited numbers. A 1998 Chicago Tribune review of the film, in honor of its VHS release, described the film as a sweet, old-fashioned delight, and one of the few Disney animated films that preschoolers can watch alone, without danger of being traumatized. But also added that the younger generation might be bored by it due to their being attuned to the faster, hipper rhythms of the post-Mermaid era. Beck considered the segment Blame It on the Samba to be the best Good Neighbor Disney film there is, stating that it blows my mind every time I watch it. Film historian J.B. Kaufman has noted that the segment is a cult favorite among Disney fans. Alright, and that's it for the critical reception, ladies and gentlemen. Now that's it for the critical reception. Let's get to the box office. Let's continue with the reception now with the box office. The film returned rentals to RKO by 1951 with of $2,560,000, with $1,810,000 being generated in the U.S. and Canada. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Finally, for the controversy. Due to the controversy surrounding the smoking in Pecos Bill, the segment was heavily edited when the film was released onto VHS in 1998. While the character of Bill is shown smoking a cigarette in several sequences, the edited versions cut these scenes, resulting in the removal of almost the entire tornado sequence and creating some odd hand and mouth movements for Bill throughout. In a review at DV Disney, it is noted that if one has an interest in the shorts, one will probably be upset to know that Disney has decided to digitally edit out content of the 50-plus-year-old frames of animation in the Melody Time section of the Your Guide to Disney's 50 Animated Feature at Empire Online to review said of the editing. At least it was done for the US releases, but not for the rest of the world. Go figure. The scenes were removed on the Gold Collection DVD release. Although the Japanese Laserdisc and the version of the DVD release in the United Kingdom are uncut. For the first time in 80 years, the uncut version with Pickles Bill's cigarette can now be seen on Disney+. Yay. Now I can watch it however I want. Yay. According to a source, upon reviewing the music that Ken Darby had composed for Johnny Appleseed, Walt Disney scored the music, describing it as like New Deal music. Darby was enraged and said to Disney that is just a cross-section of one man's opinion. Darby was only employed at the Walt Disney Company for a short while after this supposed incident. Jerry Beck, in his book The Animated Movie Guide, comments on a risque joke in Pickles Bill that somehow may have passed the censors when Bill kissed Sue and his guns rise from their holsters and began to fire by themselves, simulating ejaculation. He adds jokingly that perhaps Roy Rogers was covering the eyes of Bobby Driscoll and Luana Patton during this scene. So, there you go. And that's it for the controversy. And for making it a beanstalk, I forgot to change it. But that's pretty much it. Many of the 7 segments were later released as shorts. Some of them became more successful than the original film. Bubble Boogie was among the few segments to receive huge popularity upon its individual release. The article, the Walt Disney Classics Collection, gets Twitter pated for spring that notes that the Little Toot segment of the film was so popular that they have re-released on its own short as a cartoon in 1954, and was subsequently featured on Walt Disney's popular weekly television series. There are many references to the Pickles Bill segment in the Frontierland of Magic Kingdom. There is a sign of Bill outside the Pickles Bill Till Inn and Cafe, as well as various images of him, the other characters, and their accessories around the cafe. A pair of gloves with the inscription to Billy, all my love, Slew Foot Sue, is located in a glass display case. In the world of Disney, Jose Carioca from Blame It Ensemble appears in a mural on the ceiling among many other characters. In a glass case behind the windows of the All-Star movies, there's a script from Wintertime. So I forgot to change it. At the bottom, it said making it a beanstalk, but unfortunately, it has to say other media. So yeah, it has to say other media / legacy. So yeah, you go. Legacy or other media? Yeah, now you know. But that's it, guys. That's it for Wintertime. Yay! Find out the rating for this character. Yeah, a little bit of error, ladies and gentlemen, but we find it. Yeah, there was a little bit of error, ladies and gentlemen, but that's pretty much it in this episode. But that's pretty much it. So let's get to find out the rating for the character. Find out the rating for the story. For this movie, man, Wintertime, definitely love it. The best, one of the most extraordinary movies I've watched in my entire life. Didn't get to see it on Disney Plus, but either way, I really love it so much. So yes, that's all I gotta say. On a scale 1 to 10, I'm rating Wintertime with a score of 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, great to amazing. Yeah, 8.5. So that's my rating. Yeah, I gave Wintertime a half rating. So to let you know, it's good, it's great, it's amazing. Just like I expected, 8.5 out of 10. That's my rating. But that's only my personal and conservative opinion. Please feel free to agree or disagree with any thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below. With that, guys, it's all over. Yay! Thank you for watching another episode of Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will see you real soon for another new episode. And because of this, we're gonna have season 1, day 10 of the Moshi Mashup League on Tuesday. That's right. Tuesday we will have season 1, day 10 of the Moshi Mashup League. So don't go anywhere. But we will see you later for new episodes of Moshi Sleep Story Reactions and Moshi Monsters by releasing on today. In the meantime, you guys, such as yourself, and I will see you next time on Movie History, Walt Disney Animation Studios. Please join me again next time for episode 11 as we take a look at the adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Oh my gosh. Get ready, guys. We're about to take a look at the 6th and final package film from Disney. So be on the lookout for it. So do not miss it. With that being said, thanks for watching. We'll see you on episode 11 as we take a look at the adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Until then, I'm the God Sessions reminding you to please remember to leave a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also turn on notifications to never miss a new video. Subscribe to notifications, turn on to them. It's another new video for me as we're on the road to 700 subscribers. And I want to thank you all for watching. You are the best. We will see you for Moshi Sleep Story Reactions and Moshi Monster Magazine later on today. Have a great day, guys. And be good to one another. We're in this together. Guy, good. and I really love you. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you. We'll see you soon with more great content for you guys. I'm Miguel Sanchez signing off. Thanks for watching. Life Fair's Why. We'll see you in another video. Laters!